Yo, 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 it's your man, Mr. Motivation. Wake up and let me shake up your world. And this month, man, that was nice. That was a nice intro. I like that intro. If y'all like that intro, make sure you say thumbs up. And before I even get started, go ahead and share it. Because we're gonna talk about being selfish. But right now, go ahead and share this video, get it out there. Let the world know that we finna shake up your world and mine. Because my world was definitely shooken up this morning in the best way possible. And before I even get into the story of my store, funny story about dreams and doubt, how they don't mix, but I got a funny quick fix for you. I'm going to go ahead and promote some things that are going on with THOU ART LLC. And this broadcast is brought to you by THOU ART LLC and all the things that we love because thou is you and you are art. And together we're going to paint this world a masterpiece of peace, love, and unity. In fact, let me get my other broadcast over here running and popping because we ain't stopping. So, if you don't know, my wife, beautiful, the Mrs. Angel of That Word LLC, the she CEO of my life, my best forever, my best friend, my wife, insisted that when I fold this 100 in half and turn 50 next year, that we cruise into my 50. Dun dun dun. And all the people say, hey now, just letting me ride. Hell yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop the commercial in. Y'all already know what to do. Go to www.thouartllc.com and for more info.
They know we born gods, it's all evident. Welcome to another night of elegance. Put your glass in the air for black excellence. Never mind the media, that's irrelevant. They know we born gods, it's all evident. Whoa, we on that black mob shit. Eating red lobster, the red lobster like the mobsters. In the tuxedo like Frank Sutton.
And yes, state rooms will be limited. However, you set the limit. Right now, we have a request your stateroom link on www.thouartllc.com, and there is no obligation. As a matter of fact, we are just getting numbers of staterooms that need to be requested so we can allocate that inventory for our manifest. Because what we're manifesting is going to be huge. And I really appreciate those that have already, I mean, they're coming in droves saying, hey, we want to go. We're thinking about going. We might go. I said, well, go ahead and put your name in there because we already know how some people do that delayed reaction after the fact. They feel like they missed out on something, and there may not be no way in. But I tell you, I got a wife that just knows can. That's all she knows, can. What we can do, what we will do, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that you have a good possibility of going. But you're going to go ahead and make an assurity that even if you decide you're not going to go, you have an opportunity. So yes, go to the website, go ahead and request your stateroom. If you have an inkling, go ahead and request that stateroom, and make sure you share this live because it's going to be a vibe already. I feel it. Shut up in my bones, and I'm going to shut up and give y'all the story of the morning. So let me get this off, and I'm still learning. So y'all bear with me on a lot of these things on this dibbly bob. Hey, Miss Angel. Miss Angel says blessings to each and every one of you. Go ahead and share the live on all your platforms, all of them, because I'm on all of them now. So, went to the store the other day, and funny thing happened. An individual came in behind me and says, "Man, I love that ride." I said, "I appreciate it." He says, "That's my dream car." So I kind of peeked my head out the window and I said, "Well, where's yours?" He says, "No, no, no, I don't have it yet. I'm dreaming of getting it." I said, "Well, it's just a material thing. Go get it." And he was like, "Well, I don't know if my credit, I don't know if I can afford." And I said, "Hold up, hold up, hold up. You said it was your dream car. There's a lot of doubt. And if you put that doubt, I doubt your dreams will come true." And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it." I said, "Well, stay with that." He says, "What do you mean?" I said, "Doubt normally defers our dream. Doubt normally defers our dream. As soon as we dream, seconds later, we start to doubt what we dreamed about, what we seen it. So stay with that. Stay with that. You ain't got to know how, you ain't got to know when. Just stay with that because doubt will douse it. It'll put it out. It'll put that fire in you out of the things that you want to do, the things that you want to acquire. And yes, it's material, but you can dream of anything you want and go after it. But as soon as you put doubt in, it's gonna douse it. It's gonna douse it, even to you. And you telling me, and I seen your doubts when you said, "I doubt this and I doubt that." You didn't say you know anything. You didn't go and inquire about it. He's like, "Man, that's right." He said, "Well, I know you're telling the truth." I said, "How you know I'm telling the truth?" He says, "Because I see you made your dreams come true." I said, "Oh, that car? Oh, no, that thing's a nightmare. Have you seen the maintenance bill on it? Have you seen this? Have you seen that?" I'm just pointing out all the things that throw doubt back right back at him about it. 'Cause sometimes we wanna acquire things, and we just dream of them. We just hope, and we see maybe somebody else with it. You see somebody else doing it, and you wanna do it, and then you realize when you have it, maybe it wasn't for you. And he says, "Why you still got it?" I said, "'Cause I quit doubting that I'm not gonna be able to pay the maintenance. I quit doubting and made a way to make sure I could put gas in it, even when eggs were high, and eggs give me gas. So it was either get gas, have gas, or put gas in my car during the times that eggs were high." And he laughed. He laughed. As a comedian, I'm always looking for a punchline, even in a serious situation. I think it brings light to it. It doesn't make it feel so aggressive to a person. It's very assertive. So that's my shake up and wake up moment this morning. Funny part is, I went to the store this morning. I saw him. I think he works around this area, and he goes to the store, and he says, "Man, you know what? I thought about what you said." I said, "Oh, you thinking now?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Are you doing though?" And he was like, "There you go again. There you go again." He said, "I needed that push." I said, "That's why we're here, man. We're here to encourage each other, because you could have came in and not even acknowledged that you like my car. We couldn't have had a conversation. Things would have just went as normal." He said, "But sometimes when someone has something that you dream about, we'll just look at them in envy instead of encouragement. And sometimes we won't ask, we'll just look with eyes of envy." And he said, "Yeah, man, when I saw you, I didn't know how you were feeling that day. I just wanted to give you a little something from me that I'm proud of you." I said, "I'm proud of you too." He said, "Well, you kind of hard on me." I said, "No, I wasn't hard on you. You were hard on yourself, man. You the one with all the doubt. I was trying to kick that shit out of you." And it worked, because I don't try, I do. And he says, "Man, I love your energy." He says, "What do you do?" And I said, "Man, I'm retired." He said, "Retired from what?" I said, "I'm retired from work. I'm doing what I love." Because back in my day, I used to think that I could use people to help me purpose what I wanted to do in life. But then I started to realize, if I use purpose, it's going to be there for the people. And the people will show you all kind of gratitude and support. And it comes in different forms. I think when we try to identify what kind of support we want, it gets kind of muddled, because you don't see that support you get from people. A thank you, a hug, a conversation. You know what I mean? Is a lot more than what you expect, like in views on a podcast, in views on your Facebook, how many TikTok views you got. Are you going viral? You look around at the people you affect, and then sometimes it just takes just one for you to make a real impact on someone's life. So give it. And I'm talking about side hustle, because he was like, "Man, I need a side hustle." I said, "Man, you know what? You know what my side hustle is? And it's not really a hustle, my purpose and my passion." I said, "Every time I think of something wild and crazy, I turn my camera on, because that's what we're doing now. We're capturing everything, and viral moments normally are when someone else catches something amazing or something tragic, and they record it and they put it online." I said, "Do you realize how amazing you are every day? How beautiful your mind is, and how your story could impact someone else that may be going through a rough time, and they're trying to figure it out like you're trying to figure it out, just like me and you had this conversation." He was like, "Man, yeah." I said, "There's so many platforms that are welcoming that now, welcoming going live, welcoming you just showing what you love to do, and you decide what that is. You ain't got to be there when you sleep, but hell, look at Casanat. They're going to show us when he sleep. That is truly making money in your sleep." So shout out to Casanat and all those podcasters. And I'm so proud of my man Cam Newton. 106 in sports. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. And I know Cam isn't from North Carolina, but I'm telling you, I don't know about anybody else in North Carolina, but I embrace Cam as a North Carolinian. I embrace Cam Newton as a North Carolinian. to do what he did with the Carolina Panthers, our new team in the league, to take it as far as he took it with what he had and what was leaving and what was coming in, that was amazing to me. That was amazing to me. And I said, and I even told myself as I was walking home, I said, you know what? Some of the key ingredients I definitely acknowledge, like the love I have for my parents, the love I have for my brothers, the admiration and the wherewithal to not just look down at my little brothers, but to look up to them for what they have accomplished in life. And they don't think they have accomplished a lot, but they inspired me. They inspire me just like each of you inspire me. When I see you, when I know you, when I see your post on Facebook, that's why I always put hearts. If you notice, if I respond to any of your comments, it's always a heart or a laugh. Why is that, you might ask? Because I can tell you, even if it doesn't appeal to me, I love you and I want you to know that. That's why I always put hearts. So, fellas, don't think nothing funny. I love so much that I'm gonna put a heart. I'm not just gonna like what you do. I'm gonna love that you're doing it, that you are doing it, and it feels amazing. So thank you for being you and continue to be you. And when the times that you don't think you're being you, know that you're whole, know that you're healed, know that you're powerful. So I got to tell my audience over here, I'm on a podcast right now. So thank you for tuning in and watching. We're streaming on 5 different platforms. So if you have other platforms and you want to pump into the live, you're more than welcome to come over or stay right there and we're going to kick it. We still going to kick it. Oh, so Queen B on TikTok says, Shane and I are up this morning and took a walk together. Come on now. Come on now. Now, now, when people express stuff like that, it's normally because they hadn't did it in a while or maybe never did it. But when they do it, talk to the world about it. Like, man, we never see you and Shane walking in the morning together. What happened? What's special this morning? Because love is a powerful thing, ain't it? Love will make you do things that you never did in your life. And guess what? The love for self will make you do everything that you want to do in life and not just sit there and doubt your dreams and douse and defer them any further. Here's another thing that happened in that story. When he asked me how long did it take me to acquire that vehicle, I said, well, it started when I was living under a bridge about 25, almost 30 years ago. He said, what? I said, yeah, I just asked for a lot of things and I didn't sit up here and doubt that I was going to get them. I didn't put a time limit on when to get them. I didn't get frustrated when I was going to get them. So I was able to just focus on the action. I was able to focus on the process. I was able to focus on the progress instead of the doubt. He says, man, that's a long time. I said, yeah, that's why I'm giving it to you now, straightforward. Quit doubting your dreams. Because if you doubt your dreams, I doubt you get them. I doubt they'll come true. And he looked like he wanted to hug me. He really did. He looked like he wanted to hug me, but his buddies was in there. So he gave a pound or whatever. And he just gave me a nod. And on the way out the door, he was telling his friend real quick about me. And his friend looked back and smiled. He looked like he wanted to hug me. But in the world of pauses and no ditties and Dame Dash, on the Breakfast Club, I'm cool with a hug. But a look and a pound and and he probably thought he inspired me because he did. No, he probably thought that I just inspired him, but he definitely inspired me. Sometimes it takes people that admire what you got to make you maintain the things that you have because you want them, not because you need them, not because you just have them. It makes you appreciate the things that you have. The people in your life, appreciate them. Even the ones that have not you haven't talked to in a while. Those old friends that y'all don't even know why y'all don't even talk anymore. Maybe call them up. 'Cause you see them and you're scowling at them mad. And I think you're mad now because you can't even remember why you're mad at them. Because y'all can be friends for 10, 15 years. And then next thing you know, 1 or 2 incidents and y'all are no longer friends. I like it. So Queen B also says Shane and I are going to start a podcast about him teaching me things. Laugh out loud. Things like football. I like that. I like that, Queen B. So on this, You could have put that comment in there, and I could have scrolled it across the screen. But, you know, stay there. Stay there, tap my screen. But yes, and I'm gonna tell you about people teaching people things. I know one of the key ingredients that was placed in my life was love for self. Love for self was sometimes taken for granted. Love for self feels selfish, but it's the first love and the last love you'll ever know for self. You're born here, you loving yourself so much, you tell your parents what to do without even speaking their language. You cry, you poop, and hey, they better get it done, right? Or you're gonna get louder. You're gonna get frustrated. You might even get sick to prove your point as a baby. And then when you leave here, no one knows where you go, but you do. You know, you know where you went. So to those who are up there, big shout out for finding out that life's big secret. And we will see you again. It just wasn't gonna be September 23rd when the rapture was gonna come. I guess Jesus and God didn't they didn't share the memo the right way, and things got caught in the interweb upstairs, and things didn't go down like they were supposed to. The download didn't download. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was quite comical. The people and the creators that really never take anything serious because nothing's ever that serious. Because when it's our time to go, put your wings on and fly. But until that day, live like there is a tomorrow, but might not be. But I thought it was so funny. But speaking on people teaching people things, find some people that'll teach you how to love yourself. Find people in your life that are going to push you to love the hell out of yourself. Because once you love the hell out of yourself, then people know that it's going to fill you up so much, it's going to spill out over onto them. I'm serious. It's happened to me. And it happens in waves. It's not a constant thing. Because in order to know true love, then there has to be some disturbance. And that's disturbance sometimes is categorized as hate. It's categorized as hate. In order to know success, sometimes you gotta feel some failure, give you some drive, some moxie, some spunk to get to that success you always wanted. Yeah, yeah. We speaking on it. We speaking on it. And in order to know peace, you have to know the storm. And when the storm, when it's raining, when it's thundering, when it's lightning, you know the air is being cleaned so you can continue to be at your peace. Because if we were at peace all the time, we wouldn't acknowledge it. We wouldn't know it when we're in it. So when you're asking for peace, sometimes look around and know that you're at peace. And don't waste that prayer on that. It's a waste of prayer. If you have an opportunity to sit down and just say, Lord, thank you for giving me this peace. If you're a believer. Or just thanks for this peace right now. Don't ask for something you already have. Because then you'll doubt you have it. Mm, 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 mm. So let's go ahead and get into some more Thou Art LLC and what we do. And this is a snippet from just the other day on a podcast that me and my wife were on. She joined me for Morning Inspiration, and we were talking about success. Real quick, here we go. Creative success. hmm
That's say that again?
Don't be afraid of success. Most people think they're afraid of fear. Nah, you're afraid of success. You already seen it manifested. Don't be afraid of it. Go get it. Don't be afraid of it. Go get it. Go get it. Have you ever had a thought in your head and you already seen the plan? Just, ooh, it was so beautiful. I'm gonna start this business, man. I'm gonna employ people. I'm gonna be there for the community. The next thing you know, man, I ain't got the money. I don't know where to get started. I don't know if people gonna like it. You just doubt it. A success plan in your head. So you're not fearing fear. There's really no fear. You were fearless as you were formulating this genius plan of yours to start your business, employ people, and you included others. You included others. Then as soon as you did, that doubt started to kick in. I tell you how to combat that. It's a funny fix. As soon as you have that plan in your head, start planning for that plan in your head. Seems simple, right? As soon as you have that plan in your head, start planning for that plan in your head. I'm gonna start this business. All right, what I got to do to get a business? I can do an LLC. I can do an S corp. I can do a C corp. I can do an incorporation. Look at all of them. Take that time. Take that time with your success plan. Don't be so quick to disparage it with doubt. Take that time with your success plan. Go ahead and put it in that incubator. Start to cook a little bit. Start to whoop it up. And don't add doubt ever. Notice I didn't say sometimes. Notice I didn't say later on. Ever. And watch that business model. Watch that business brain. Watch things start to come your way. Watch you start to just run into people. And they give you tips. And then don't be afraid to ask. I think sometimes we're afraid to ask and we'd rather go out and try to take it. That ain't ours. What's for you is for you. And it's already there. Go get it. Go get it because you got it. When you get it, you got it. And when you got it, you get it. Look at my notes here. So I'm gonna give some commercials. I do media as well. So if you're looking to get your business out there more and I can assist, most definitely reach out to me at www.thouartllc.com and inquire. Um, I've paid for a lot of things and I've never lost any money. I never lost any money, even when my debt continued to mount when we were starting this business. I started to see that I never, ever, ever lost any money because knowledge, sometimes you got to pay for it. You take a chance, you take a gamble. Sometimes you got to pay for it. But when you pay for it, it's worth it to you when you pay attention to what it's showing you, how it's growing you, how it's giving you ingredients not to make that pitfall again or to stay away from this or start to analyze things and have a better wherewithal with how to play it forward. So, if you've ever been what you think considered scam, let's think about what you may have done to contribute to that. You had a dream and you hoped this quick fix would get there. So you took a gamble. You didn't get scammed. You took the gamble. All right. You scammed yourself. Investing in self is good, but you can examine and see, well, if I send this guy 500 and he's going to send me 5,000 in 24 hours, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. Take that chance. Hey, take that chance. If it doesn't work out, then know that you gambled. You weren't scammed. That person's out there making away. Like, man, if somebody gonna just send me $500 and think I'm gonna send them 5,000, I think this is a hustle worth hustling for. And they made quite a few people feel scammed, but they took a gamble, and you took the gamble with them, and their gamble paid off. Yours just didn't. Don't get so caught up in that. Now you've learned a lesson, a $500 lesson. I was doing business consultation for 250 an hour, and I'd be on the phone for 4 hours with some people. They didn't feel scammed until they didn't put that into play and didn't get anywhere, and then they felt scammed. But they didn't call me. We talked about it later. They didn't call me and say, "Hey, man, you scammed me." I was like, "Did you apply those things?" Because there's a lot of things you built before we met. You didn't have a business model. You didn't have a business plan. You had no way of going to a bank and said, "This is what I got. Give me money." He said, "Well, I ain't do that." I said, "Well, hell, you missed out on the biggest thing. You could have had more than 500, boss." Now that we're talking, do you want to go to another consultation? I'm like, man, yeah, because I didn't listen the first time. See, when you don't listen to yourself and you don't listen to that voice and you say, man, nah, 500, we can do some other stuff with it that we can control. We can control if that's going to come back with us. You know what I'm saying? If you'd have sat down and did that, you wouldn't have took that gamble and you wouldn't feel scammed because you weren't. You took a gamble. I'm gonna put it that way. And I know people gonna argue me down about that, but think about it. You had a choice. Nobody forced you to send nobody $500 in hopes they would send you 5,000 back in 48 hours. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it. I was like, man, ah, and believe it or not, they actually sent some people some money. I've heard stories of them actually sending some people some money because they had to send some people some money so they can tell somebody, and then they can scam 3 or 4 people off of one person. 10 or 11 people off of one person. The word of mouth is a mug because they heard that from y'all know how that goes. I don't even have to explain myself. I don't even have to explain myself. All right. All right. And now we need to run a commercial. This is brought to you by THOU ART LLC, Riggins Rendezvous, and She CEO.
You set me on fire. Whoa. Every move I make, every step I take, put your arms around me, let your light shine on me. When I'm in my darkest zone, when I'm in my darkest zone, you wrap your arms around me, you shine your light on me, you shine your light, baby, you simplify, baby, you're the reason, every move and every step I take.
Right back on. All right, we are back, and we're going to go ahead and close this session of Morning Inspiration with Mr. Motivation out. I want to thank everyone for chiming in. After this broadcast, I want y'all to know that from now on, we're going to have open discussion. So if you come in live, and we're gonna make attempts to get our schedule so it can fit your schedule, or have a schedule where if you have an opportunity to come in and have a conversation with us in Morning Inspiration. Also, we have Allow Us to Introduce Thou Art LLC. That is our podcast with me and Angel and I that reintroduces a lot of people to Thou Art LLC. It shows our lineage, our history, and the things we've accomplished, so you can have a blueprint on how to do entertainment hosting, and then getting into the travel business and making those things mesh. We want to assist you in your dreams coming true because we know they're sitting there in your incubator. And it doesn't take much. It just takes an effort. It takes a thought. It takes drive. It takes not putting doubt in the things that you dream of, because doubt will make your dreams defer. Doubt will make your dreams defer. And if you can, and if you have had some dreams and put the doubt and they came to fruition, please, we would love to hear your stories, because there are stories. I'm not saying all doubt does it. Some people live off doubt. I thrive in adversity. I thrive, and sometimes I feed myself doubt so I can combat it. So it's not a tell all be all. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm not right for you, then just know that you are right for you. However you process information, however you disseminate information, however you put progress and progression together, it's totally you. And I love you for it. And I'm gonna continue to love you for it. And I will never envy, I will always encourage. So, as we always say at Thou Art LLC, each and every day, go out and be blessed. But more importantly, each and every day, go out and be a blessing. It's been your man, Mr. Motivation. Peace.
Girl, you set me on fire. Whoa. Every move I make, every step I take,